Visuals and welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Pokemon Thursday, the day of the week where we like to talk all about how do you know the difference between different sirens, you know, police, ambulance and fire engine. Some of them have like different tones, are like woo, and the same sirens the same across the world, like in Belarus is a police engine of sirens, sorry, the same as ours, and then is like Brazil's the same as fucking China. I have no idea, but you'll have to let me know in the comments below if anybody actually does know that. I'm kind of curious. No, not really. We're here to talk about type combinations, more specifically my favorite Pokemon type combinations. Now, Pokemon type combinations can be sometimes I think a hindrance, sometimes an absolute beautiful insight, giving a Pokemon extra type in it, helping out with battle, giving it a different move set, learning more moves and whatnot. And it's quite, I wouldn't say rare, but it definitely feels like a lot more Pokemon now have dual typing. There's not too many Pokemon that, well, at least that I can think of straight off the bat. I suppose, no, we do have like still like singular bugs and all that kind of shit, but we have a lot of odd combinations, like when Volcanion come on, water, fire and that, and my little mind was like, what the fuck's going on? Water, fire, what the fuck's going on? But type combinations have always been a thing throughout Pokemon, of course they have. And I figured I'd do my top 5 favourite type combinations. I haven't really gone on battle. I've gone on sort of, I never really go on battles and how to use in a battle and stuff. I always go on like how I like them as a combo, or how it works with the design, or the story behind the Pokemon because it's inspired by these two different typings and shit. I always like to go off that. And like I said, sometimes it's a hindrance. Like, I don't like when they randomly add normal onto something like poor Orangaroo. I don't think they should have randomly added normal to it because it does nothing. But then sometimes it absolutely 100% heightens it. Like Sceptile, when he got Mega Evolution, turning Grass Dragon. What the fuck happened there? That's beautiful. So sometimes it's amazing. Sometimes I think it's a bit pointless. But with these 5 Pokemon, well, sorry, 5 type combinations, I think they work really well, and I love them as a dual typing. So visuals, let me know in the comments below your favourite type combinations, but more specifically, yeah, where we're going? We'll just keep that last little bit and say fuck knows what happened there. But more importantly, I want to know your favourite maybe Pokemon because of type combinations. Maybe a Pokemon got an added type in, like somebody being added fairy, like a Mr. Mime or a Wigglytuff, and if that made a Pokemon a bit better for you, let me know in the comments below. But here we go, my 5 favourite Pokemon type combinations. Actually, no, sorry, before we get into it, I just realised we're doing this. I thought there'd be a lot more than this. I don't know if it's my stupid little mathematics brain, but there's only, I'm sure I've got it written down, there's 306 different variations you can have. For whatever reason, if you were to ask me, I would have said, oh, it's at least 1,000. I can't clearly do math. Kicking us off, it is water, rock, that kind of combination. Whether it's rock first then water, water first then rock, it doesn't really matter. I absolutely love these two purely because it straight away takes me into the world of fossil Pokemon. We're talking the Kabutopsis, the Kabutos, the Ommanites, the Omanistars, and a lot of other Pokemon that come after that, the Relicanths of the world. I absolutely adore a Wok type. Well, it could be because it's water rock. We'll call it a Wok type. A water rock typing, because like I said, it takes me down the journey into prehistoric Pokemon, into fossil Pokemon, to ancient Pokemon, Pokemon that roamed the lands before the established regions were what they were, before Kanto was like how it is, and before Alola and Unova and shit like that. It goes down to the dinosaur roots and all that kind of carry on, and I love that sort of style of thinking for Pokemon and Pokemon designs and shit. So them two together is always a beautiful type combo. Number 4 is Grass Ghost. Now this one is purely on the stories we get. Straight away I'm thinking Trevenant, of course I am. I love the idea of these ancient laws, like a phantom of these these spirits of these the tragic tales of kids losing their lives. But their souls not being at rest, because I don't know if it's an actual real Japanese legend sort of lore, myth, tale or whatever, but these little flames that take on these little tree stumps, and then they go on and they eventually evolve into Trevenant. But the whole horror story of it all, and the tragedy of it all, and like I said, there's more than just a Grass Ghost type in here. It's a Trevenant. There's a story, there's a reason, there's something that happened before to get this spirit to then possess the tree stump and then go into it. I just think it's an absolutely wonderful, fascinating, well, obviously not wonderful because of the tragedies that occurred before it, but the end of it, it's a somewhat, because I've always loved Phantom and I've always loved Trevenant, and they always stick in my mind about, okay, who was this person before it became a Phantom, then before it evolved from Phantom into Trevenant. Just that sort of, anything to do with Japanese ghost lore and history and myth and stuff has always fascinated us. So the grass ghost typing is beautiful. With ghost, but we're adding dragon on the front of it. Now, I love this because once again, my mind goes straight down to these roots of ancient dragons that once roamed freely, you know, maybe looked a bit different and they're a bit more monstrous, but then their spirit after they fell, that come back alive. It kind of makes me think of, imagine having this story in the likes of a Game of Thrones. Now, I know they're kind of done because I'm not a big Game of Thrones fan, but I remember when the big wizard, not wizard, but the zombie guy resurrected Emilia Clarke's dragon. That would probably be a Dragon Ice type though, wouldn't it? But having that sort of thing around it, this ancient ghostly beast that can attack from the skies, but still will have this ghostly fire about it. Of course, I'm thinking mainly Dragapult. Whatever dragon ghosts are there, to be fair? Is it not just Dragapult? Anyway, first one comes to mind is Dragapult. And I just, once again, I love the story of this ancient beast that might have roamed and, like I said, looked a bit different and took over the skies. And then after its demise, it come back, but it still had its spirit and then all that carry on. It's just fucking fun and it's just beautiful. Up, once again, we have the grass type, and the grass type will appear once again. It's grass ground. Once again, I go back to a singular Pokemon. I'm mostly thinking of Torterra, but I love the idea of, there's something about ground types that really whet my appetite, the Nidokings, the Nidoqueens and stuff, but then you add the grass aspect onto it, and it does a load more for me. I don't know how to explain it and put it into words, but my stupid brain can picture it now. But Pokemon that roam on the land, being these big, giant, monstrous entities that they are, but having these two components of like an earthquaking, but from a grass type, like a Torterra. If you don't have an earthquake on a Torterra, is it really a Torterra? I love my Torterra with earthquake. But just, for example, like going back through and looking through Detective Pikachu when they had the massive Torterras and how beautiful and wonderful and amazing that looked. That was so cool and badass. But so, to get these two typings that I like I would love if all of a sudden we made Crocodile, give him a variant and he's grass ground. I think that would be amazing. Or Nidoking. I don't know why I would just be obsessed with grass and ground. Yes, ice types are going to obliterate us and fuck us up. That's fair enough. But I just love them two together. And it's such a weird one to put into words because I don't know how my stupid little brain works. But I keep replaying that scene from Detective Pikachu and I keep seeing these ground Pokemon but with grass elements. The Torterras, just beautiful. And, well, it's not last because it's first, but it's last one to be said. It is, of course, grass poison. Now, poison doesn't necessarily do much for us, but when I think of a grass poison Pokemon, I go straight back down the nostalgia route. I go straight back down memory lane of the earlier days of my fall in love with grass type Pokemon and stuff. With of course, the Venusaurs of the world, the Vileplumes, the Victory Bells, the combination of the two. Once again, when I think about Pokemon and Pokemon environments, I imagine lush jungles, but with so many terrors, like a big Venus flytrap of a Victory Bell and these scary walking mushrooms releasing poison shenanigans of a Vileplume and the absolute elegant beauty of a frog dinosaur thing of Venusaur. So when I see the combination of grass poison, I literally can see the original menu of when you looked at your Venusaur, looked at the stats, the moves it's got, and then the typing and stuff, and it would say, what would it say, GRS PSN, wasn't it? It was something like that. And it just makes us feel so happy and like, oh my god, I love a pure grass type, but when you chuck a bit of poison on there, typing that I'm not necessarily enamored with, I'm like, oh yeah, now we're cooking. And I don't know why. It makes no sense, but in my stupid little head, it makes perfect sense. But grass poison, my favourite type combination, purely because nostalgia. There we have it, visuals. Last week's video was all about nostalgia as well, wasn't it? And I've got a thing with nostalgia, so I keep replaying like American Pies and Screams and shit. In fact, I'm going to watch Scream tonight, fuck it. But there we go, visuals. My 5 favourite type combinations. There are still so many amazing combinations out there. Like I love what we did with the Urshifus, with it being fighting water or fighting dark. Some of them, that I find a bit when they contradict each other, like a Ghost Dark, Dark being super effective against Ghost. I always feel like the Pokemon inside will have like some sort of inner battle with itself, like I'm hurting myself, but I'm not really, but I'm hurting myself, but I'm not. I don't know why. Like a Sableye come along. Remember when he come along and it was Ghost Dark in Gen 3 and you're like, you've kind of broke shit up here. You are physically impervious to everything near enough. Nothing's going to fucking super affect you. It's so bizarre and weird. But I do like type combinations. Grass Ghost, of course. I'm thinking as well, Decidueye. My boy Decidueye. Oh, the story to make him a Decidueye. What happened to Dartrix for you to become a ghost? What the fuck's happened there? But anyway, visuals, please let me know yours in the comments below. Anything else type combinations? Who else would you go for? What's your favourite typings? Do you prefer a single type? Do you like the type combinations? Are you on the same board as me of just when they add a random normal? It's fine with Pokemon being normal on its own, but don't have poor Orangaroo or Drampar come along and be like, we'll make you Psychic, we'll make you Dragon, but we're going to just chuck normal in there. Because still to this day, normal is just normal for me. It's there. It's just there. What the fuck? Thank you so much for watching visuals. You guys are literally the fucking best. But more importantly, remember, always keep being you and keep on keeping on.